It's very wintry outside. It's winter in Canada, y'all.
It's so
It's
gray.
covered in snow.
Yeah.
It's definitely going to be a snowy Christmas because it's a snowy November.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a bit of a shock. Today's video is another Dear Sadie and P, as you can tell. So this person wrote to us. Oh shit, where is it?
I don't know what it is about. I like to be surprised.
Yeah, I never read them to you until we do this. Hi guys, I came across your channel recently and have binge watched many of your videos. I'm in an age gap lesbian relationship that's also a long distance relationship. Before meeting my girlfriend, I have never ever been attracted to females and considered myself very straight. But then I met her and experienced a whirlwind of emotions, a lot of which were emotions I'd never felt before. I can honestly say I've never fallen in love so hard or shared such a deep connection as I share with her. Everything about us is overwhelmingly amazing, and I feel as though I'm the luckiest woman in the world to have what I have with her. My question is for P, and here it goes. I've never experienced any sort of uneasiness with the fact that she's a female. I'm patient and able to go healthily through this long-distance relationship, but the one and only thing I felt uneasy about is the age gap. The youngest I've ever dated has been 1 or 2 years younger. In fact, I usually date older than me. Also, I have a daughter who is 21 years old, and I constantly find myself thinking about how my girlfriend is almost just as far apart in age as my daughter is. She is with me. I constantly think about how old my girlfriend was when I think back to certain time frames of my life. For example, things like when I graduated high school, she was only 9 years old. When I gave birth to my daughter, she was 12 years old, etc. Did you find yourself constantly thinking of things like this? And if so, how have you gotten to the point where it no longer consumes your mind? Thank you for reading this, and thank you in advance for your advice if you choose to read and answer my question in a video. And if you don't, I totally understand, as I'm sure you guys get a lot of questions, and you obviously can't answer them all. And she says she wants to remain anonymous.
Sure. Thank you for your letter. I can say for myself that I've never been consumed by this, but I've always found it kind of, it's almost like you see the same number, many times a day, and you're like, oh, wow. There's that wow. And that's more my feeling about the age gap. Like thinking that I moved to Canada with my ex-husband in 1995, and that's the year when she was born.
And how old were you when I was born?
I was 28. I was 28 when she was born. And sometimes I think about all my life before, for the first 28 years of my life, and she wasn't even around. She wasn't even a concept,
I wasn't a fetus.
I mean, these thoughts sometimes come to, and also the fact that there's only, my daughter is 18 now, and you are 24, so there's only, 6 years, which is really like, like literally, you can be my daughter, and but
my brother and I have 5 years age gap, so I could have been her sister,
when you go into this and you look at this, like for me it's always like a surprise, because I don't perceive her from that perspective. I'm just being with this person, and she's an individual, and I'm entertaining a totally different relationship, and with this person that I'm entertaining with my own daughter, so it's like two universes apart. So, but there is the social construct, that, oh my God, she can be your daughter, or what are you doing with such a young person? So, but it doesn't consume me. I've always been accepting of that. It wasn't something that bothered me at the very beginning. There was a little bit of that, but it never bothered me really in a way that it was in the way of developing this relationship. So
I think it's fascinating.
But it's fascinating. Yeah, it's fascinating, but only because we take as a context this social construct where we live in, right?
I think that basically I understand why it's weird. Obviously, if I looked at this from an outside perspective, I would think, oh wait, that's a bit weird. What's going on there? But the reason I think people think it's weird is because maybe they think there's a parental role being played. And that would be weird, because if you, it's kind of like, if I treat you like my mother and my girlfriend, that would be weird.
Yeah.
That would be really weird, right?
Yeah, like there is the incest
Yeah.
kind of taboo, you know, and that's really a taboo, right?
Yeah.
And based on that taboo, people, I mean, start thinking, oh, this is not, you know.
Yeah,
it's like,
that's
what
why
is this?
that's
you know?
why the initial judgment is always going to be there, and I think that it's healthy that people look at us and initially they're like, ugh, you know, because it's healthy. It's ingrained in our minds that
I would think
incest
the
is
same.
wrong. That's why, you know, it's
Mhm.
almost like human programming.
Yes.
But once you can get past that and you realize, oh, wait a second, you know, she's an adult, they happened to meet, they happened to fall in love, and it becomes kind of like a difference in race doesn't matter, a difference in age doesn't matter if it's like really two consenting adults and they have a good relationship.
Yeah. So enjoy your relationship and just enjoy it and try not to make those thoughts like an obstacle, you know, or be in the way of developing your relationship, because after all, you are in front of, age, all these things like that you can measure. In the end, they disappear. What is behind all the things that you can measure, there is a soul, there is something more. You're just not in love with a person, a body, a piece of meat that is 24 years old or 50 years old, you know. It's like you have something more there. I mean, it's not my fault that this beautiful soul is in a 24-year-old body. It is your fault.
It's my fault. I missed the train, you guys.
Actually, when these thoughts come into my mind, it's fun.
It's fun?
It's fun. Like
Why is it fun?
Like it's fun when you say, "Oh my God, at this age I was doing this, and you weren't even born. Oh my God, at this age I did this, and you were 2 years old." You know, it's actually kind of fun. Oh wow, it's different. You know,
it's weird. It's not fun. It's weird.
For you, it's weird.
It's really weird.
So you understand why this thought was consuming her?
Yeah,
wow.
Absolutely. It's weird. It's weird to think that, you know, I was like trying to learn how to walk and you were, you know, working at an office job and married and like maybe planning to have kids. It's weird. It's really weird. But like, I can't think about it too much. I can't give it too much of my attention because I can't go back and change that. You know, I really can't. It's not in my power to change. I wasn't looking for this, like, as I'm sure you weren't looking for this, right?
Yeah.
I wasn't looking for somebody this much older.
Yeah. I wasn't, like, it wouldn't even cross the back of my mind.
But at the same time, here's the thing. At the same time, when I look back in my life, I recognize that I had a lot of crushes on people that were way older than me.
Actually, me too, but when I got older, I started noticing, past my 40-year-old year of age, I was attracting a lot of youth.
Oh.
I was very much around younger people, like 20 years older. 20 years younger than me.
Yeah.
And it was weird. It was the energy that I was attracted to in the end. It wasn't nothing else than that.
Maybe it was the energy that you embodied. Like because you were saying that your colleague would call you like a whimsical teenager or something like that.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Like making a joke, because she's very like childlike and she's very playful. You have that youth energy. Maybe that's why you attract younger people. Yeah.
When I was around older people, they were too rigid.
And like another thing is that you're not stuck so much in your like beliefs and thoughts. You're open to them changing a lot, which is maybe why you can get along with the younger people, because you do change and grow and evolve.
Thank you.
Because I sometimes think that when people get older, they seem to get more rigid about, okay, I figured it out, this is the way it is, this is the life is, this is the way life is, this is the way I am, and they get kind of stuck in that limited place because they think they figured it all out. But I don't think there's any such thing as figuring it all out, because everything's constantly changing around us and inside us.
Absolutely.
So, you're like...
Yeah, I can tell that I feel like I lived so many lives within this lifetime because of this constant change. It's true. I tend to change a lot. Yeah. But I like how, like, you are young, yeah, but you have this, as people say, this old soul. And also I like the fact that we like the same thing. We like, being home, and what really, we feel happy just having a conversation about something new or something deep or something. That's what really gets us going.
Yeah, like my idea of a great date night is the same as yours, I think, which is just like hanging out inside the house, on the couch, watching like How I Met Your Mother or Friends or something like that.
And we watch also documentaries.
Yeah. Was there ever a time where you felt like the age was really becoming a problem?
Sometimes I tend to have this misconception that wisdom belongs to older people in age because they have more experience, life experience.
Yeah.
But it's actually a misconception, because yes, you gain more wisdom for sure as the years pass by, and you learn many lessons if you want to learn. But I also have to admit, and sometimes, because of that misconception, sometimes I feel that, if she was older, she would be wiser, or she would think differently, she would behave differently. And these are thoughts that come to me very rarely, but they do.
Yeah.
When, we fight about something and I feel like you don't understand certain things because of your age. But it's a misconception, because I might even be with, and I know older couples and older people who still at the age of 70, they haven't gained that wisdom. So it's a misconception. But those are the times when I feel like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And me too, like when we're having a fight, sometimes I feel like
if
she was my age, she wouldn't be so, like, sometimes I feel like you're being very arrogant because you think you know the best. Mm-hmm. But it's not really about knowing the best. It's that we each have our own perspective. Yeah. And even if we were the same age, we would be just as stubborn about our individual perspectives when we don't agree with each other.
True.
And like the only way this is going to work is if we can kind of try to at least understand or like respect each other. Yeah. Regardless of the age. Like,
true.
People don't really grow up emotionally so much, because when you go back to those base emotions of anger, jealousy, sadness, rage, all those stay the same throughout your life. I mean, you mature mentally and you know how to manage your emotions more, maybe, like over a long period of time. But the emotions are the same. Yeah. They don't change.
They don't change.
The root of the people stay the same, kind of.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. It's almost like how you manage your emotions according to some lessons that you have learned,
Yeah. I mean, there's no question that I'm going to change and grow and evolve, like, in the next 30, 40 years, because that's just how life is. But so are you. Mm-hmm. And if we're, like, on the same page now, then it's just going to grow together.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I hope.
I hope so too. Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye.
That was a good chat.
Yeah.
Thank you for asking. And if you'd like to ask or write to us, I'll put the email right here and in the description. Yeah. So you can write to us there. And yeah.
Okay.
Thanks for watching. Bye.